We're trying Perfect Keto's Barista Mix, the raspberry white chocolate flavor. Ooh. Let us start by introducing ourselves. I'm Dustin.
I'm Chandra.
And this is Perfect Keto. We're going to try it for the first time today.
Right.
This is Bob's Boogers.
Ooh.
This is some coffee. So we're going to try this. They sent this, so they did send this to me for free. Mm-hmm. They had a sale last week. I did post some stuff on Instagram for this. They sent it to me the day before the promotion started, so I didn't really get a chance to make anything cool for it until just now.
Right.
But, so we're going to open this up.
So we read the instructions, and it says for 6 to 8 ounces of coffee to add 1 scoop. I did read that because somebody has a tendency to do his own thing.
I'm terrible at this.
And I wanted to make sure that we were actually following the directions.
It does come with a scoop.
It does come with a scoop. It smells very heavily of raspberry and white chocolate. Like very strong.
It smells really good. I don't know. I'm not the biggest coffee or not the biggest flavored coffee fan. I love just coffee with heavy cream. That's my jam.
Right. I do coffee with heavy cream on the days that I go to work, and then I will add about a teaspoon or less of the Jordan Skinny Syrup mint to that. I think it's like technically mint chocolate chip when I'm on my days off. So. All
right, I got my little stirrer thing. I finally got one of these things.
Woo.
I don't know why I never had one. They're like
I don't know.
$15 though.
Didn't we get it at Marshall's or TJ
We got this at a yard sale.
That's what it was, yard sale.
We got it at a yard sale.
Yard sales. This might take a minute.
I don't know why it just stopped. There it goes.
Whoa. So this effectively is supposed to do what creamer does, but add some MCTs and collagen.
This has got collagen and MCTs, keto-friendly, gluten-free, dairy-free, lab tested.
Ooh.
So it's like a bulletproof coffee, but with collagen.
Right. Okay.
And I'm not even sure how much this stuff is per bag. I'll have to look that up.
Now, you are a Perfect Keto affiliate.
That's right.
So if you do use the link below to order something, we do get a little bit back.
You can get 20% off using our link and our discount code, which is KetoSimple 20. Which is not a bad deal. Their stuff is usually pretty good. They've got like mac and cheese and cereal. The mac and cheese is legit. They've got all kinds of cool stuff on there to take. I mean, their electrolytes, I love their electrolytes.
They've got a lot of good stuff on there.
Yeah.
Very few things that we've had that have just been a no.
Yeah, but I mean, that goes with just about any company, really.
Right.
So let's take a look at this. So this is 2 total carbs for your, so if you're somebody who has multiple coffees a day, I don't know if you're gonna have this in multiple, but it is rather simple ingredients. We've got coconut cream powder, natural flavors, which is ubiquitous across the industry forever and always. You don't know what natural flavors is, and they don't really have to tell you.
Right.
Sea salt, gum acacia, so acacia gum, stevia leaf extract, and malic acid. Contains tree nuts, coconut, obviously. So it is a cream because there's a cream powder. There's...
Right. If you're somebody who's stevia sensitive, I would suggest not getting this one.
Well, I mean, I'm not a huge fan of stevia, so if this doesn't bother me, then it might be a good sign for everybody else.
Well, you're not going to know that right away.
Right.
A lot of people get headaches after drinking things or eating things that have stevia in it. So just so you're aware, it is in this.
Okay. So.
It still feels really hot.
You're a whiny wussy. Anyway, we love Bob's Boogers. I mean, why am I saying boogers? It's burgers.
You've been around a 4-year-old all day.
Yeah.
All week, really.
Yeah. It's Friday for us.
Yeah.
I don't know what day this is coming out for you, but this was recorded on a Friday. She's been here all week. She went home earlier today.
Right.
And it's almost
5 days a week with conversations with a 4-year-old.
Here it is, almost 9 p.m. our time, Eastern Standard Time, and we're having a cup of coffee. But we're splitting this one, so.
Yeah. Am I going to be able to drink that, or is it going to burn me?
That's very bitter to me, so that's just stevia is very bitter. But again, I'm not a huge sweet coffee person.
That is surprisingly bitter. But it's not bad. That's weird.
I mean, the flavor, the raspberry flavor's there, the white chocolate flavor's there. I'm just not a fan of the stevia. I don't know how you are with stevia. A lot of people out there will drink, what's that, that stevia or whatever that soda is.
Oh, yeah.
Zevia. Yeah. So if you're a fan of that, you might like this. I don't know.
Okay, so the flavor is good. It is a little bitter, but we also got raspberry, and raspberry can often be tart. It does have stevia in it, so that may also be adding to that bitter flavor. But I don't think it's bad. It's not heavy on the white chocolate, which means I can tolerate it because I dislike white chocolate in general. What I would say is it's not a cream. This is not creamy. It's still very thin, just like regular black coffee. It just has some foam at the top. So it's not creamy. I don't know if you can, let me try to show you. Like when you pull the foam aside, it's still dark. It's not a cream. Now, that's not bad if you don't mind your coffee that way. I would probably still add heavy cream.
Do you want to try that?
Yeah, because it needs a texture.
All right, pause. All right, so we got some cream here.
Yes, and we're back. So this is, where does this one come from?
We get the Horizon from Costco. This doesn't have any carrageenan in it.
Right, so this is Costco heavy cream, and I'm just going to add a little bit. Ooh, that might have been a heavy pour for as little coffee is in there. And then we'll, oh, ha! Ooh, power tools. Now that's got a lot of foam on the top.
You can try some of that and see if it knocks the bitter down some and knocks the sweetness down.
Oh, that's much better. At least in my opinion. I've never been a black coffee drinker. I can drink it, I just choose not to. I prefer my coffee to have a slightly thicker texture.
Do you want story time? I can give you a little story time. So
taste this before you get into story time.
Okay.
I think the flavor is better even.
Much better. Much.
Are.
Give me a piece of napkin. So, story time. I used to be a smoker. And I quit smoking back in 2010. And when I quit smoking, I still would go outside with people because it was, just that habit. But instead of just standing around with the smokers, I would go and get coffee. There was a coffee shop in one of the buildings where I worked. And basically picked up a more expensive coffee habit than what I was spending on cigarettes at the time. I would put in that sugar in the raw and some half and half. And slowly over time, the sugar would go away and I just got to where I was just drinking cream and coffee. And then over time, it just got to be where it was easier for me just to drink black coffee. And some coworkers and I went together and we got a coffee maker. And we would just brew coffee every day, and I would drink about a pot of coffee every day, or at least 20 ounces to half a pot to a pot, depending on the day, I guess.
Right.
But it was always black coffee. I got to where I was drinking black coffee. Come into 2016, we start the keto diet. At the time in 2016, the big, huge thing was the butter and coconut.
The bulletproof.
Bulletproof coffee, so butter, coconut oil, and I would make these 30-ounce cups of coffee with 165 grams of fat in it. So it was like half a stick of butter and 6 tablespoons of coconut oil all in this. And I would drink that every day for like 2 years. And that was creamy. So I got really used to drinking cream. And then as I pulled that fat back and as I pulled the butter and the coconut oil and everything back, I just started using heavy cream because it was easier, cheaper. I mean, I couldn't imagine what it would cost now to drink that every day, considering that a pound of butter is like $4.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and I've been a coffee drinker since I was probably 16, and we used to sit up at the Denny's and just drink pot after pot after pot of coffee and stay up all night. and you know, I always was heavy on the cream and the sugar and make it sweet, shouldn't taste like coffee, drink it till I get the jitters. And then as an adult, I would go to Starbucks on my way to work, and I was spending so much money at Starbucks, I might as well have just bought a Starbucks, because what I liked was $10 a cup. So I got that slimmed down and ended up getting, you know, a coffee with shots of espresso in it and cream and nothing else. And then eventually we bought our own espresso maker. And so I stopped going to Starbucks altogether, but I still do coffee, like I do 4 shots of espresso every morning with...
Some days 5.
Some days 5. With cream. And then, like I said, on my days off, I do these Jordan skinny syrups. It's like, I think, a mint chocolate chip. And I'll add a tablespoon of that or teaspoon of that. I'm not really sure. I don't measure that well. It smells stronger than it tastes, so I don't usually use a ton of it. But it's sort of like my treat for it being my day off. And then on my days to work, it's just coffee, just the 4 to 5 shots of espresso and cream. So
these days, mine is 2 shots of espresso. I do like the biggest one you can do, because like there's 3 different levels of shots of espresso. And then I will do a K-cup. Then I do the middle one, and that goes into a 30-ounce cup. Leaves me like a little bit of room for cream. I put that in there, drink that, usually in the afternoon. And I don't really drink my coffee in the morning anymore.
Yeah, and I was never a big fan of the bulletproof coffees. There's something so when the coffee gets cool enough for me to drink it, and I like my coffee more of a lukewarm, not hot, the oils separate, and you know, I've driven to work by then, and then I have to drink it, and it's such a bad texture that I would get to work by then, and that mouthful of grease before I get a taste of the coffee was more than I could tolerate. So I think I've maybe had 4 bulletproof coffees in our keto time.
Oh, I drink so many of them.
I can't. It just separates so badly.
It was the point that I went on vacation. Well, I went to visit a friend of mine, and I took my steel tumbler with me and my hand mixer with me.
Yeah.
And when we got there, I bought coffee, butter, and the coconut oil while I was there. That was like all right, just a few months after starting. So yeah. So I mean, that was a huge part of my life, and I mean, helped me lose a lot of weight.
Yeah, and maybe I would have had more success if I could have tolerated it, but I'm such a texture person. It really was hard for me to tolerate the butter coffees, whatever they're called, bulletproof coffees. I was not good at that. Now this, so far I've not noticed a texture, so this may be doable. I would hope they come up with some other flavors.
They do have a hazelnut that's out, and they gave us a choice between the hazelnut and the white chocolate raspberry. I am not a fan of hazelnut, so I didn't opt for that one. So this is the one we went with.
So I think, you know, it's a good choice if it's something you want to add. It does have a stevia sweetened flavor. So if you're not a fan of stevia, or if it gives you headaches, you got to be wary of that. It's more raspberry than white chocolate. It smells really good. The taste it's okay. I prefer it with cream, but you know, there are other flavors that hopefully they'll come out with. Like a mocha would probably be really good, or a mint mocha would be even better.
Yeah, like a nice minty, chocolate chip minty, mocha minty, something like that.
Yeah.
She would really enjoy that.
Yeah.
I mean, I would almost rather just have unflavored collagen MCTs and then my coffee. I think that would be better for me. No sweetener, no nothing like that.
Well, an unflavored would be a good way to go too, because then you can doctor it however you want to.
And I don't even know. They may have that. I know they have all kinds of collagens and things like. We have a Perfect Keto Sleep collagen that we need to try. I've been wanting to try that, but we've got to get it to where we're kind of utilizing, because I want to go in depth and not just what it tastes like, but how does it impact us. And that's a longer video to make.
Right.
And I just haven't been able to start that yet. So I do have some of the hot chocolate. I think it's like a Mexican hot chocolate. Sleepy Time collagen or whatever. Steve from Serious Keto praises it and speaks very, very highly of it. So I made sure to try that. Oh, my nose is very itchy.
But I don't think this is bad by any means. It's not So it's sweet, but it's a sweetener sweet. It's not too sweet. Do you know what I mean?
And I mean,
it's
realistically,
got a bitterness to it, which I'm okay with, but you kind of got to know what you're getting into.
you could always raise the amount of coffee you're putting this in,
Right.
And like go half a scoop into more coffee, and add your normal amount of cream, whatever you're going to do, your half and half, your whatever you want. But
you
just
doctor it however you choose.
let us know in the comments down below how you take your coffee.
And have you tried this?
It's only been out for a week or so. So as of filming this, it's been out for a week. It launched last week. I did put a video on our Instagram about it. So if you want to take a look at that, it's on my reels. Yeah.
If you've tried it, if you've had success with it, if you like the flavor offerings that they have, if you want to see other flavor offerings, you know.
And if you want, click the links below. We have a link tree. We have all that stuff. You can click down below in our description. And you can go to our Perfect Keto page, use our discount code KetoSimple20, get 20% off if this is something you want to try. Just let us know.
Try the mac and cheese.
Oh, the mac and cheese is stellar.
Oh, it's so good.
But anyway, I don't want to make this like a commercial, but I mean, every little bit helps us keep the channel going and all that. So
yeah, that's very true.
As always, like, share,
subscribe,
and we will.
Are you proud of me?
I am so proud of you.
I remembered.
She did. And we will see you next time.
Woo! Bye, guys.
Bye.